All that stood between the Demons and their first grand final in a generation was reigning premiers Hawthorn. More than 71,000 fans flocked to Waverley, the D's entering as overwhelming sentimental favourites. They kicked with the aid of the wind in the opening 3 quarters, courtesy of a fluky breeze. And when they turned for home with a 22-point lead, the long-suffering blue and red army could barely contain their excitement. The experienced Hawks turned up the heat in the final term, Melbourne spraying a series of golden opportunities to close out the game as the boys from Glenferrie edged ever closer. In the end, it came down to one last roll of the dice for Hawthorn.
28 and a half minutes have gone.
But I've never seen a game change as quickly as that. Straight in, straight to centre back mark, kicking to Buckanara.
Close it down, Buckanara trip, Buckanara's free kick. Siren sounds.
Then Big Jimmy lopes through the mark, chasing his opponent. The whistle goes, Buckanara goes to about 40, and you knew then it was over. I mean, it was a beautiful kick.
If he kicks this goal, Hawthorn are in the 1987 grand final. If he misses, Melbourne are in. There's the kick. It's a goal. It's a goal.
I remember I was sitting with a mate of mine, and we had the picnic basket, and everything had been beautiful for about 3.5 quarters. And I finally lifted my head up to look around to see where he was, and he was gone. I didn't see him for 15 minutes, and I caught up with him, and he'd been crying. I've never been in a situation at a sporting event where the result has caused so much angst and emotion with a supporter group.
Young Irishman Steins would recover from that crushing disappointment in his first VFL season to win the Brownlow medal just 4 years later.
What Jimmy Steins has done from where I saw him come from, when he and Sean White were playing football for Melbourne and dropping marks and kicking the ball over the fence and just looking like they were totally lost out there. And to think that you can go from not having touched an oval ball, our ball, until you're probably 18 years of age and then become one of the greats of the game, that's what sport does. It throws up those sort of stories.